Hey, who is that? What a do, chat. It's your neighborhood teacher, leader, and healer, Big Matt with Chosen One Chats, back at you with another banger. Today, I got a challenge for you guys. The challenge is I want you to go to the nicest neighborhood in your city, and I want you to take a stroll through it, drive through it, whatever you want, whatever floats your boat, and I want to see whether you get triggered or not. Now, we got to realize we could only have what we only have. So if we get triggered because we don't have these things, that's showing to the universe that you lack something, showing that you don't have it, and if you had it, you wouldn't get triggered right now. So we need to do some shadow work if we do get triggered. It's okay to get triggered because, especially the way the United States is, where the poorest people have to work 350 times harder than the most elite person because the most elite person, quote unquote, works 350 times harder than the poorest person on the planet, which is so unrealistic. It's not even funny, but it's getting to a point where the middle class person has to work a whole month before they make the same amount that the richest person makes in an hour, or the same amount that the richest person, not the richest person in the world, but one of the top 5%, 1% people make in a day. We have to work a whole month before we can make the same amount as the rich do in a day. So we gotta realize, hey, this could be triggering when we go through these neighborhoods and they have the big house and then they got the 10 bedrooms that they probably don't even use, and they got all this empty space, and then on top of that they got a Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce truck sitting in the driveway, and you can't even afford to rent a bedroom. That's also me. I'm renting a bedroom right now, and I don't own my car because the bank owns it until I pay it off. So we gotta realize that these things trigger us because most likely these people, if they don't own the house, a lot of people who are in these richer neighborhoods, the houses are not brand new builds, so they could have them paid off, but each person's different, and also the car's probably paid off too, because what's buying a car cash when you're able to bring in the mills. So we got to be like, hey, is this triggering me because I don't have any assets right now, right? I don't even own my car, yet alone I'm renting a room. So these things could easily trigger people, easily. So if you are triggered by it, what do you have to do? You gotta do the shadow work. We gotta be like, hey, why am I being triggered by this? I shouldn't be getting triggered by this. So you go back into your past and you're like, hey, when did these thoughts start coming into my mind? Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I could have this, and this could be my room, and wow, I thought it was easy to acquire these things. When my dad took me to the Lamborghini shop, I was literally like, in a version of me, like when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a Lamborghini one day. That's my car that I want. Like I don't really care about anything else, how hard it is to get it. I just knew I was gonna have a Lamborghini. So we gotta go back into like, okay, since then, what has been instilled into us to so like back here where I was like a little kid, I'm like, okay, I was able to have these things. Those things were easily achievable. If I wanted it, I could have it. Versus where in between till now that I develop those feelings of anger whenever I see them now. And if I think back on it, it's probably because of how hard it's been for me. Sleeping in hotel rooms every single night, different hotels, sometimes really crappy hotels. Splitting the beds apart so we could inflate an extra air mattress so someone else could lay there too. Sleeping in my car, figuring out the proper air mattress to be able to inflate without it hitting the walls and support the head so it doesn't dip into where the gaps are. All these things, and having it not be too thick so I don't hit the roof. My parents, my dad, losing, not being able to support us the way he was supposed to, and falling off, and us having to pay rent because if we didn't, we're gonna get kicked out at such a young age, and barely even breaking by, barely even EBT, food stamps. These things are things that we grew up with. Some of you, Section 8 housing, and if you're not in Section 8, having to pay full price for the same stuff people Section 8 are paying. All these things are the things that could have, from the point where I was like, I could have this, to now are the things that probably make me feel angry. So we gotta dig in and we gotta heal that. Now, how do you heal it? Look, get into a meditative state, come to the breath, and get really relaxed. Sometimes it takes 5 to 10 minutes. Just breathing in, holding, letting out, holding, and just really just in your third eye, when your eyes are closed, just imagining those things, someone coming up, congratulating you, someone really that means a lot to you, coming up to congratulate you, giving you a hug, saying, hey, bro, like, good stuff, bro, like, you really did it. And just imagining these things. Oh, you're pulling off in your Lamborghini, and people are like, oh, nice car, when you're driving by, like, at the stoplight. Nice car, dude. Like, imagining these things in your mind. And then, basically, all those feelings of lack, they dissipate, because guess what? Now, you already have it, because you're able to maintain that frequency. Like, when you're in your meditative state, and you're imagining those feelings, because the feelings are the most important part. Your heart chakra, that's the most powerful chakra, energy center in your body. So once you could emotionally feel it, like, then once you hold on to that a little bit longer, even once you come out of your meditative state, the more you could tap into that version of you and bring it into your physical reality. Now, back to the challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, but everything is a half truth. So when I say it's not going to be easy, I'm just, to some that may be true, but then others that may not be true. Some will be like, this is easy. All things are half truths. Now, go out to your nicest neighborhood, walk through it. And then what I like to do is just imagining when I'm walking through it, like, this is my neighborhood already. I'm walking through my own neighborhood. My house is down the street. I'm just taking a stroll. This is what I do every day. Got an abundance of cash. All that stuff, if that's what you want. But just make sure, even if you don't want that kind of stuff, just make sure that doesn't trigger you. Because guess what? You are one with it all. You are one with the mansion. You are the Lamborghini. You are the mansion. You are the rich person. But guess what? You just have a different mask. You want to feel what it's like to experience the life of you. You want to feel what it's, and then the other version of you wants to experience the life of being extremely wealthy. And there's people who want, there's versions of you that want to feel what it's like to be the homeless man on the street. I know it sounds crazy, but it's literally all God with a different mask, and God wanting to experience what it's like to even be a rock. So, and what it's like to be that water, and what it's like to be a fish, what it's like to be a tree. It's all God experiencing what it's like to be this and that. So once you realize, that's why when Jesus was in the desert, whether it was in the desert or not, but being tempted for 40 days, 40 nights, and then the devil try to be like, hey, Jesus, if you take a knee to me right now and say I'm the GOAT, basically, I'll give you all of these things. Jesus wasn't impressed with that. You know why? Because he already had it. So he's not going to take a knee to the devil, because guess what? He already has it. There's nothing that the devil was able to give him that Jesus didn't already have. And that's what I mean. You can only have what you already have. So once you realize that, once you already have it, and things external to you cannot shift how you feel internally, like, because guess what? If a thing can make you feel this good, it could also make you feel this bad too. Because it was able to bring you all the way up there, it could also bring you all the way down here. So the ideal state is to be kind of just neutral in the middle ground. Because think of Elon Musk. He got all his money, and he freaking smashed the Cybertruck window on stage when it wasn't supposed to smash because it's bulletproof. And he also lost so much money, but guess what? He was fine because he has billions. Like, what's a million to a billionaire? So he's not able to be shifted by him losing that much. And we got to realize there's levels to this stuff. So the greater that you make, the greater that you can lose. But it's the key thing is to be like okay with or without it. It's your boy Big Matt with Chosen One Chats. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace. Boom.